So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are around the world. I'm Simon from fundedtradingplus.com, and today I'm going to be bringing you an amazing crypto battle. Not only that, you're also treated to all of us, been based in the north of England, so I think this is hands down clearly going to be the best trading battle we've ever got. Lots and lots of crypto today, lots of good charities to be trading for, and two people who've been telling me in the pre-battle that they're going to rinse each other. They may not seem competitive, but they very much are, and that is Lady of Crypto and Nick. Good morning, Nick. How's it going?
Hey guys, yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Just fine. How about you, Simon?
I'm pretty good. But I'm not used to being up this early in the morning, but I'm not going to complain too much. Lady of Crypto, how are you this lovely morning?
I'm fabulous, thank you. Ready to put Nick in his places and show him how to really trade. So looking forward to it.
Well, yeah, Nick has been bigging himself up before the battle as well, punctual as he always is in his highly strung manner. So we will see how we get on. Yeah, there's lots to talk about crypto today. There's lots going on in the crypto markets, both the majors and miners. We're going to be talking about that all stream. There's obviously a huge global interest in cryptocurrencies, so that is fantastic. I think we'll probably get stuck into the first challenge. Now, this is assuming that you already have Bitcoin positions, which of course you do, because everyone does, even your hairdresser talks to you about it. So what are your targets for Bitcoin over the sort of coming weeks, months? Hopefully it's going up, because I've got a holding myself. So you're only allowed to tell me it's going up.
Well, if we're talking months, I've got bad news for you. It's going down. If we're talking years, then yeah, it's going up for sure. I'm long term very, very bullish on Bitcoin. I think over the next few years, it's going to go towards, maybe 400,000, 500,000. I think eventually it'll reach 1 million. But over the next few months, I do think we're going down. I mean, look at the global economy. It's just we're kind of screwed, aren't we? We're obviously going into a pretty deep recession. I could be wrong, honestly. I thought we were going to a recession a few years ago. I was wrong about that, wasn't I? So,
so you don't think
yeah.
it could be? You don't think it could be a traditional safe haven like gold could be?
I think that's just what the people say, isn't it? But I don't really think it's true. I mean, yeah, maybe, but I doubt it. I don't think it is a safe haven. I think it's just a popular kind of meme saying that it's a safe haven. I don't think it's reality, and I don't think we're not seeing that, are we? On the charts, it's not acting like a safe haven right now, and it hasn't been for a few months. I mean, do you feel safe if you got in at like 69K and now it's at 39K? Does that sound safe to you? Doesn't sound particularly safe to me. I mean, we're down like what? 44%? That doesn't scream safety to me. That screams, oh shit, I screwed up because I got in at 69K and now I'm screwed.
Yeah, I was being a bit
That's
devil's
my opinion.
advocate because at the bottom of the peak of the coronavirus, should we say, that's when we saw some of the lowest Bitcoin prices for years. So I'm with you as well. So in terms of short term targets, then, if you're sort of bearish in probably over the next weeks and months, where do you think we're going to? Give me a number.
I think 29K at least is not like 2900, but the 29K area, the 29,500, the highs of the 29K area. I think we're going to test those again.
Lion Tamer Lou says Nick's such a perma bear.
Yeah, well, I mean, he knows me well. He's one of my best mates, so he is right. He is right. But if he listened to me, he'd be a lot richer than he is now. So,
well, hopefully he'll listen to you today. Lady of Crypto, what are your targets for Bitcoin? Do you have a different view, or are you also sort of bearish in the short term?
Yeah, I think something's quite similar to Nick. I don't really have any long-term targets per se for Bitcoin. I am bullish in the long term. I think that we are going to see the price of Bitcoin eventually go up and up and up, and it's going to be awesome. I'm all behind that kind of idea, but same as Nick, really. So I think over the next few months, we are going to go down. And I think the thing is with Bitcoin, it can be quite cruel. We saw a little bit of a relief rally last month, and all the hopium filled the air. You saw people kind of flooding back onto Twitter, and then we've gone back down again to the 38k support. So I think probably over the next few months, we may see a breakthrough down through the 38k support, and we might see a little bit of a retest, but I think we're probably going to be seeing levels of maybe 34, 35, something like that.
Okay, excellent. So, I mean, a lot of people are very casual, sort of more are interested in Bitcoin. I don't think, or cryptocurrencies. I don't think there's anything, certainly, and I've been involved in finances, that have sort of excited people as much. What do you think some of the fundamental drivers of Bitcoin are?
Fundamental drivers. Yeah, that's a pretty good question. So actually, that question threw me. Fundamental drivers. I honestly don't see a lot of fundamental drivers for Bitcoin. I see mostly it's just hype driven, which isn't really a fundamental. Bitcoin really kind of starts to take off whenever you start to see it on the news a lot. And it's mostly just kind of crappy bullshit article. Oh, sorry, I'm swearing way too much. It's just crappy articles. It's not really like any news. We're getting more and more news lately about adoption of countries such as the Central African Republic recently, and obviously, like 6 months ago, it was. I can never remember the name of the country. I'm really sorry. To South America, is it Ecuador or Uruguay? The one that's adopted Bitcoin.
I'm not sure.
Ecuador.
Is it Ecuador? I can never remember the name of the country. It's pretty embarrassing. But yeah, so we're seeing global adoption. We're seeing funds getting into Bitcoin. We're seeing banks getting into Bitcoin, but it never really does anything. It never moves price. So to say that it's fundamentally driven, I just don't really believe it. It just seems very kind of hype driven. There's a lot of hype that drives Bitcoin. When it starts going up, all the retail people start getting in. It starts going up more and more up, and the more hype around it, oh, it's hitting 60,000, it's hitting 69,000. They all start dumping their money in, and then it all just crashes. Yeah.
Interesting. Apparently, it's El Salvador, according to chat.
That was it.
It's somewhere around there. Still going to try and accumulate 1 Bitcoin for each of my nephews and nieces instead of a traditional savings account. I guess that's an interesting way to look at things. So cryptos generally, if I was being provocative, could I say they're all based on hype, or do you not think that's the case, Lady of Crypto?
I don't think it's all based on hype. I think that, I hope that. So I'm very much kind of fundamental analysis. So I'm, hopefully that people will be doing their doing their research and seeing the kind of utility and the potential of some of these cryptos. And I think that, you will see a lot of occasions where the hype around something is building and building and building, and then people will get in on that hype. And unfortunately, they'll have literally jumped into it, not realize that, okay, well, it's rallied ridiculously before I've got in, and then the price will crash. And that's just an example of why it's so important to do your research into things and not just jump in because so many people are raving about it on Twitter or wherever. So you do see a lot of hype, but it's about kind of understanding the level of hype and also incorporating your research into that. It's just about being smart and not just being stupid and just aping into something just because you see it and you think, oh, loads of people are talking about it. Like, yeah, they're probably talking about it, and they've probably been talking about it for like a month prior. So just don't be stupid with things.
Yeah. I mean, I guess most markets suffer from hype and things like that, don't they? You see IPOs that go really heavily priced and then go down. I remember Facebook was one of those before it went parabolic as well. Okay, so yeah, I think we've spoken about Bitcoin enough. Maybe we'll find a bit of an opportunity on that. If there are any trades that you do want to take, that do let me know, and we will have a look at those. Something that I've been hearing a little bit about is something called Move to Earn, and I've got absolutely no idea what Move to Earn is. Does someone want to take that? Do you want to have it initially, Nick?
Move to Earn it's a pretty basic concept. It's like fitness and crypto merging. So Move to Earn, everyone's seen Fitbit, Garmin, that kind of stuff where it tracks your steps. It's a similar concept, except the the most popular move to earn app right now, which is Steppen, GMT, which we're all invested in. It works on GPS, not steps. So it doesn't have like a fitness tracker or anything like that. But basically, it works on GPS. It makes sure that you're running or walking, depending on the type of shoes you have, virtual shoes. So you'll have some walking shoes, you'll have some running shoes, and you have to keep within that kind of speed boundary set by your shoes. And if you keep within that speed boundary, you'll earn the token, which has once again today made an all-time high. Token is called GMT. So yeah, it's a game. It's essentially a game. So we started off with play to earn, which was just your kind of classic computer game type situation where you're playing the game, you're earning money through the game. And now we've moved on to move to earn, which is you play games out in the real world by running or I'm sure most people remember the Pokemon Go craze a few years back. So there's a few games similar to Pokemon Go that are kind of calling themselves move to earn now. So yeah, let's earn money by playing a game out in the real world. It's pretty cool, to be honest.
I think for a lot of people that concept is quite bizarre to think about, that you could potentially earn money through moving around. I'm surprised the NHS doesn't sponsor it, to be honest. But I think that just shows how creative and innovative this sort of space is, if you like. I mean, Lady of Crypto, what sort of move to earn plays are you looking at the moment?
So Nick mentioned GMT, so Steppen. That was has just been a fantastic project that I got involved in a while ago. And there's a couple of others that I'm looking into at the moment. I'm not going to name names because I don't want people to just jump in and buy them. But yeah, I mean, I think that what we're seeing now with Move to Earn is very much what we saw in 2021 with gaming cryptos and metaverse and things like that. So I think this is going to be the kind of focus for 2022. And we are seeing a lot of kind of copycats coming out of coming into the works as well. So it's super important to kind of do your research and make sure that the ones that you are invested in actually have the utility and, they have prospects. It's not just somebody that a project that is basically saying, oh yeah, this is what we're going to do. We have this plan. It's always a bit more reassuring when they actually have a product as well. And that's definitely something to look out for, because I think that this area is definitely going to become oversaturated. So just being aware of that and finding those gems in the rough, so to speak. But I'm all for Move to Earn. I think it's great. My background before crypto was very much kind of health, fitness, and nutrition. So I absolutely love the concept, and I think it's great. You can basically get fit and you can earn money. Like, it sounds perfect.
I mean, that possibly answers my next question, because I mean, you and your team have such a broad knowledge of the crypto space. It far exceeds mine and most people. So I guess, why is it important to you? Why is it jumping out at you more than anything else you could focus on? Perhaps you've just partly answered that question there.
She actually found. Sorry to interrupt. I was just going to say she found Move to Earn like in December last year, or maybe even I think it might have been November. And I'm like cynical about crypto. I just think it's all a massive Ponzi, and I think it's all hype driven, as I was saying. I don't think there's any actual substance to it, except that you can make a ton of money from it, which is fantastic. But she spotted Move to Earn in November. So big props to her. And I was like, this sounds so stupid. And we got into one Move to Earn crypto that did well. And then, of course, we got into GMT, like, a few, 2 months ago, which did really well. So she's good at finding those kind of those breakout sectors in crypto.
I'm getting this sort of pessimist optimist vibe here, where you sort of like cancel each other out and come to some conclusions over to what you want to buy. I bet you play devil's advocate pretty well. Crypto Lisa says, I like your accent, Simon. Thank you, Crypto Lisa. You're my favorite viewer for that comment as well. Well, what time are we on? I think we need to get some trades on. I expect this I'm going to get into challenge 2, I think, and I think this is going to possibly take Nick by surprise. Challenge 2 is find your perfect trade on a 5-minute chart, and whoever finds it first gets to take it in the direction that they want. Whoever doesn't find it first has to take the opposite direction.
Wait, is this challenge 2 or challenge 1? Have we done challenge 1?
Yeah. Challenge 1 was just what are your targets for Bitcoin.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was it. We've wanted to warm you up nicely. So you need to get on your you need to get on your 5-minute charts and have a look at your favorite thing. I thought I'd put you under some pressure there. What are you looking at anyway, Nick? Generally, what assets and things that are sort of taking your fancy? So I'm going to distract you here while Lady Crypto gets a trade on.
There's a lot. I've been doing this for years. I'm sure I'll find the trade before, even while talking. There's a lot right now. So I'm looking at near a lot. So NEAR, near. I'm looking at probably Harmony 1. It's another layer 1 blockchain. I'm really looking at a lot of layer 1 blockchains right now. So near, Harmony 1, XDB. There's a little known one that I've been looking at a lot recently. It's an old school one, but it's not that well known. It's Cartesi.
What do you think of some of these audience suggestions? I'm getting $CAW. I have no idea what that is. And I'm getting PYR for the long, and I've got no idea what that is either.
Pyre is a great crypto. I wouldn't necessarily think it's a good 5-minute chart trade right now. I was actually flicking through the 5-minute charts before.
Is that pronounced A0? A0 also looks good for the long?
Yeah, a 0. Yeah, a 0 is pretty crypto. Actually, Pyre is not a bad 5-minute chart long right now. I think I was looking at...
I'm going to have to give GP credit if that's one you do.
I'm... Let's get rid of this stupid trend line.
Yeah, but that trend line's not looking long. We don't like that trend line.
Yeah. I just like move my trend lines until they tell me what I want, and then I'll take the trade. So if I have a long bias, I'll just adjust my trend line until it tells me to go long.
Apparently it's pronounced Pia. We'll let you have Pia. Pia sounds cooler.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go... I think... Yeah, I'm going to go short on AVAX. I know it's pumping right now, but we're coming up against some minor resistance on the 5-minute chart. I'm going to go short on AVAX.
Okay. Short on AVAX.
Yeah.
Did you manage to find one, Lady of Crypto, or have you got to go long on AVAX? Looking at that, I'd rather go long, to be honest, but what do I know?
Do you know what? That's pretty much what I was thinking, and I like to prove Nick wrong, really.
Okay, so yeah, you're going to go long on AVAX because there's clearly that higher low there from this morning. Okay, so we're both long and short around. Is that the spread on those two lines, or what are we? 70.09, and then a ridiculous amount of decimal places.
I'm trying to short it. I was not logged into MT5, so I couldn't actually short it, but I am going short right now.
Okay, good. Well, that'd be good. Then we're on the same pair. So one of you is going to win, one of you is going to lose as well. Make sure you crank up that position sizing as well. So whoever's right, we're going to earn plenty of money for charity. Very kindly donated by 8Cap, who of course have 250 cryptos on their trading platform that allows us to trade these lesser known cryptocurrencies as a derivative rather than having to mess around going into exchanges. So well done, 8Cap, for providing us with those opportunities. And then we're going to get back to some more questions once those positions are on. Are you guys both happy you got your positions on?
Yeah, I'm in.
Just finishing mine now.
Excellent. Okay, so another question. I'll come to you, Lady of Crypto, for that. How much exposure do you have right now in the crypto markets? I don't know how much detail you go into about what positions and things you've got on, but how exposed are you?
I'm literally just finishing my trade, Simon. Would you mind coming back to me?
Yeah, no problem, Nick.
That's
no problem, Nick. How much exposure have you got at the moment in the crypto market?
Well, I mean, it's a really tough question to answer, actually, in terms of exposure, because I'm vested into a lot of projects. So I've invested in a lot of projects, basically pre-release. And as an investor pre-release, you're basically locked into a vesting period, which could be anywhere between 6 months to a few years in some cases. So if you count invested stuff, I'm like 95% of my capital is in crypto, which is a scary thought. Like just taking Step and GMT as an example, that's up like, I don't know, I think 300 times what I put in. So as you can imagine, if you've put in a substantial size pre-sale and you're up 300 times, you've got quite a bit of money locked into the crypto itself, but you're vested in, so you can't really just take it all out. So if you were to count that, and I was thinking about this the other day, I'm something like over 90% in crypto. But it's not the best way to count what you're vested into is not really the best way to count it. So otherwise, I'm like 10% in crypto, 5%. I've sold off a lot of stuff just because I am pretty convinced it's going down. As Lion Tamer Lou pointed out, I am a perma bear of a sort. I do think crypto is going down, so I've like pulled out most of my positions, but I still am technically in the market in a big way because I'm vested into a lot of projects.
So you basically got a lot of conviction. If it doesn't work, you're not going to be sat on that nice settee anymore in 12 months' time.
No, I'm going to be broke and poor, unfortunately.
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
What about you, Lady of Crypto? What's your exposure right now in crypto?
Yeah, so very, very similar, to be honest. Me and Nick do have very similar kind of mindsets and trading styles. So I'm probably sitting around 75-80% in my stable at the moment. And that is basically on a similar idea that I do think that we are going to see the market go down. So that's just having that kind of bag there to buy the dips and get myself into the best position for when the bull market does kick in. And yeah, it's as simple as that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the traditional having skin in the game, isn't it? It just always drives that base interest. If there are any more markets you do want to trade, doesn't necessarily have to be a crypto. If there's any ideas, anything you want to put on, do bring it to my attention, because the more trades we have, the more opportunity we've got to do the classic turn a big trading account into a small trading account, or if we get lucky, we're able to then raise some good money for charities. Do let me know if there are any other trades that you're interested in. So, I mean, what sort of profit-taking strategies do you have, Nick? Are they on crypto? Are they different from sort of if you were trading FX, gold, normal stocks, or anything like that, or is it similar sort of principally wise?
No, it is different to other markets, just because crypto does tend to it tends to get into these periods where it'll pump a lot and it'll pump like crazy. And during those periods, I tend to be a bit more lax with my profit taking. Just because it's a bull market and things just move so much that if you take profit too aggressively, you're really shooting yourself in the foot. But in a bear market like we're in right now, in my opinion, a lot of people disagree with that. I am a lot more aggressive with taking profit. So basically, I'll just buy whenever it hits a major support area, and I'll sell when it goes up to the next resistance area. So yeah, I'm very, very aggressive with taking profit, and in stocks and in forex, I'm a lot more middle of the road when it comes to taking profit. I obviously take profit quite a lot, but in crypto, it just swings a lot to one side or a lot to the other depending on market conditions. So in a bull market, it'll swing a lot to not taking much profit because it's moving so fast. In a bear market, it swings to the complete opposite side of just taking as much profit as possible, as aggressively as possible, because in the bull moves never really last and never amount to anything, as we've seen in the past few months.
Yeah, interesting. Well, chat's saying we could do a bull market this summer. Twitter's a bit depressing during a bear market. Twitter's depressing all the time. A bull market is coming. And Cole Grant says, would you trade down for profits as much as buys? I assume he means would you run your profit targets as much in the short side as you would the long side? What about you,
Sorry,
Nick?
what was the question?
Would you trade down for profits as much as buys? I assume he means would you run your winners as much short as you would long? Would you see the market going down as much?
Not as much. I mean, the market's already like way down, so I don't think there's that much downside left. I mean, honestly, I think there's this kind of saying in crypto that just because it's gone down 70%, it doesn't mean it can't go down another 70%. I actually think the saying is 90%. Just because it's gone down 90%, it doesn't mean it can't go down another 90%, which is Very much true. But I do think we're kind of nearing the bottom. I mean, when Bitcoin goes to 20K, we might see another 50% drop, another 70% drop on alts. But I think after that, it'll probably settle and turn around. So yeah, am I short? Drop? I'm not convinced it's really likely.
Sure. I think I lost you just very briefly there, but I think I got the gist of it. With everyone went frozen. I was like, as my router gone, I was about to drop kick it through the wall, but fortunately, it's still blinking blue. So, Lady of Crypto, then, what about your profit-taking strategies? Nick, I want you to find me another trade in the background while we're going here.
Right. What's the challenge?
Any trade. Any trade. No challenge. Just go find me a trade on the market. I've only got one position at the moment. I need some more. While I ask Lady of Crypto about her profit-taking strategies, I want you to find another position that I'll come back to you on. Bit of pressure for you.
So I get asked this all the time, and I get criticized as well. So I take profit super aggressively, even more aggressively when we're in a bear market, which I think, pretty much makes sense. But yeah, taking profit aggressively, buy at support, sell at resistance. And yeah, people seem to think that, it's super complicated. There's a lot to it. My method is just super easy, super simple. And the thing is, a lot of people think that if a crypto's rallying, you're in profit, say you're 100, you're up 100%, take profit, because the likelihood is you're not going to be able to perfectly predict the top. And the thing is about crypto, we've seen it many a times, and we're going to see it many times more. Crypto is volatile. We could literally be absolutely like storming up, and then all of a sudden we can crash straight back down. So that's the whole thrill of the crypto market, isn't it? The fact that it is just so volatile, and you have the potential to make some serious money, but you also have the potential to lose so much money. So by taking profit aggressively, that is basically my risk management, and I'm making sure that I'm profitable. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
It is, yeah. I mean, so when you're taking profit, are you taking partial profits, like scaling out, or are you taking 100% off the table, or does it depend on the circumstances?
It does. It depends on the circumstances. So, for example, when we're talking about kind of market cap, if I have something that is a low market cap, when I'm up 100%, I'll take out. Sorry, my brain's gone blank.
No problem.
So when I'm up 100%, I'll take out 50% of my initial seed investment. When I'm up 200%, I'll take out the other 50% of my initial seed investment. And then if it's a high market cap, when I'm up 50%, I'll take out 50%. When I'm up 100, I'll take out the other 50%. So it depends on a lot of different factors as well, because, in different areas, like depending on the type of crypto, it can depend on the amount of movement that we see, the amount of price action that we see. So it's just really about keeping a close eye on your trades and just monitoring price.
Okay, just a couple of questions coming in very, very briefly for this one. When you're looking at support and resistance, what time frame are you looking at to define that?
Daily for me.
Daily for you?
Daily for me. Sometimes I'll drop down to the 8 hour, but generally speaking, it'll be daily.
Okay, daily. So that gives an idea about that as well. Nick, have you managed to find me another trade?
Yeah, I'm short on ADA. I just took a pretty big short on ADA. I think ADA is going down. I think ADA is an absolute trash coin. It's probably one of the most successful Ponzi schemes in crypto, and I think me and Lady of Crypto kind of agree on this one, that it's the CEO or whatever you want to call him of ADA is just like an internet marketer, and he's built up a massively successful business with ADA, but it doesn't really have any substance. Its technology is lacking. It's way, way, way behind its competitors as far as tech goes. It put on smart contracts like a few months back, but that was an absolute joke because they're not really smart contracts. They're anything but smart contracts. It's just a kind of a slow-moving kind of oil tanker of a crypto that is just outpaced by everything around it. So, yeah,
Okay.
I'm short for that reason, but also because technically it looks like it's going down.
Okay, I'm going to stay with Nick. Lady of Crypto, I want you to find me another trade while I'm continuing to talk to Nick, and I'll come back to you in a few minutes. What is ADA for Nick?
ADA is a layer 1 blockchain. It is so look, the thing with ADA is their whole spiel is, oh, we're doing scientific research on cryptography, and they write papers about everything they're going to add to the crypto, any kind of update they're going to make. They'll spend months and months writing papers, and then the papers have to be peer reviewed, and it takes them like 2 years to do what another crypto can do in a few months. So it's a layer 1 blockchain that just moves very, very slowly, makes very little progress in terms of comparative to other cryptos, other layer 1 blockchains. So there's other layer 1 blockchains that I'm way more interested in buying, like Near, like AVAX, pretty much you name it. They're all kind of better. Solana, Luna. So yeah, it's just a layer 1 blockchain that's kind of crap.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That
I'm going
makes
to offend
sense.
a lot of people by saying this, by the way.
I think well, it seems to me people get very passionate about, and you get these people defend their crypto of choice very passionately, and combine that with the anonymity of the internet, and you get some quite heated debates, don't you? How would you define bull and bear markets? Graham's asking, Nick.
Bull and bear markets. Well, I mean, in crypto, it's pretty easy to define. If you look at a bull market, it's going nothing but up. If you look at a bear market, it's going down. Now, a lot of people are going to argue that you need to see lower lows to call it a bear market, and we haven't really seen a lower low yet in crypto, or in Bitcoin rather. But you know, I'm not the kind to wait for confirmation by getting that lower low. We just need to look at facts. Right now, we're down. I cannot remember the exact percentage, but we went down 52% on Bitcoin roughly, and we're now down 43% from the all-time high. So if that's not really a bear market to you, I really don't know what to tell you. It is a bear market, but the thing with crypto is when you say bear market, people think of bear market in 2017 or in 2018, but it topped out in 2017, which lasted for years, and it just went down like 85%, I think, for Bitcoin or something like that. And then it moved sideways and had absolutely no volume for quite a long time. I think that style of bear market in crypto that everyone thinks of when you say we're in a bear market, that style of bear market, I do think is probably gone. I think it's over just because of institutional adoption. And I don't think we're going to see a point in crypto anymore where there's just absolutely no volume for a year. So how would I define a bear market? Like I define it in any other market, in any other asset class. It's just a sustained period of bearish movement, and a major move down from all-time highs. And we're currently not making higher highs. We're currently down for several months running. Since November, where we're down. It's a bear market.
All right, thank you very much for that. So basically, you think it doesn't have to be overly complicated. You can tell it from the chart, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Simple is best. Lady of Crypto, I've seen you've been looking intensely. I think you've even got a notepad. Did you manage to find another position you want to put on?
Yes, I did. So this is really putting me on the spot because, like I say, Nick is the TA. Really, I do like fundamental analysis and a bit of TA. So I'm trying to avoid him from schooling me, to be honest. But I'm going to go with a trade on Near. So I'm going to go long on near. My target is 19.56 and my stop is 11.53. I've just put my target just below the resistance area here. And then I'm going to buy, I'm going to go in with a slightly smaller entry at this point. And then I've just popped in this blue line here. So this is basically a minor support area. We can see that there's been multiple points where price has stalled and changed direction. So if price does move down and we get more towards this blue line, I am going to increase my buy. But for now, I'm just going to go with this and then, see how we go.
Yeah, I understand that classic price action pattern, resistance turning into support and vice versa. See that very commonly in various different markets. I'm just going to try and pick up on a few questions here, some quick fire answers here, Nick. Do you think Bitcoin will go into the 20,000s?
The high 20,000s, yeah. I mean, it could go down to 20,000, let's be honest. You can never rule anything out in crypto, but wait, let me refer to the chart real quick to show my thoughts. I'll go to the weekly Bitcoin chart. So in 2017, we topped out at right here, 20,000. So a lot of people say this. There's never been... Bitcoin has never gone below the previous cycle's high when it went into a bear market, which, the thing is, like, when people say that about crypto, how many cycles have there been? There's been like 3 cycles, 2 really, of bull, bear, bull, bear. So it's not really a lot of data. It's not a meaningful amount of data. When you look at something like SPX, that's been around for what, since like the early 1900s, probably before that, to be fair. So if you want to do like market cycle analysis on that, it makes a lot more sense. If you're doing it on Bitcoin, where we've had 2 or 3 cycles, it doesn't really make sense. So are we going to go into the 20,000s? It's very possible. I do think this high from 2017, the 20K level, will be heavily defended. There'll be a lot of buys there. So I do think it's very likely that if we do go back down to this, we're probably going to bounce off it. But can we reach that? Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I think it's possible. Especially if we go into like a very deep recession, we could definitely get to that 20K level, which is the high of the previous cycle, the 2017 cycle.
Okay, yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I think that's an interesting point, because until we sort of saw the price action in 2017, we had, I think, from technical traders, by myself, from traditional instruments, it was a case of, is crypto going to be technical? How can we tell until we have the price action? I think having seen crypto and the more major, certainly having the futures market, it does behave very technically. So that was always encouraging to see that. A couple more comments. Today might be the day Nick gets wrecked. Lady of Crypto kick his butt. You haven't got a huge amount of support here, Nick, I'm afraid. I'll support you to try and balance it up, although what value my support is, who knows.
It makes sense. Lady of Crypto is a lady, so she's just going to get more support.
As is in the name. Lady of Crypto, do you think it's possible we could see Bitcoin get into the 20s then, before it inevitably goes to 1 million, as Nick's predicted?
Yeah, I mean, I think anything is possible, and that is, again, that's crypto. It is so volatile, and just from what we've seen, kind of globally this year, there's a few things that haven't been ideal for the crypto market in general, as well as other markets. And like I've said, I can definitely see over the next few months us breaking through the 38K support and continuing to move downwards. With regards to what Nick said with the 2017 highs, I could see us potentially returning to there, but I wouldn't say that things would move lower. That's just my opinion. I think we may see some kind of crabbish movement from Bitcoin over the next few months. Maybe some downward movement as well. But again, it's crypto. Nobody knows. We're all just guessing, educated guessing. So it'd be nice if it went to 1 million tomorrow, but it's
it definitely would. I would be retiring a happy man in that case. Yeah, but I think you've raised a good point there. It's a case of no one knows, and any speculation investing, it's very important to acknowledge that it's just you are just, as you say, educated guessing, and that sort of keeps you mentally flexible in that respect.
Yeah, but
and risk
the thing is
management.
as well,
Yeah.
I think people have to remember that when Bitcoin does start to go down, and there's kind of the possibility of it further going down, people have to kind of switch the mindset of this, oh my God, like Bitcoin is going down. This is at like absolute panic stations. Oh my God. And think of it more as like, if you play your cards right, this can be an opportunity for you to basically get a discount on this crypto. So if you think of it along those lines and put more of a positive spin on it, like, there's a couple of people that I chat to regularly. They're like, yes, 30K Bitcoin, 25K Bitcoin, let's go, let's go, let's go. Because, it's an opportunity to be able to buy that at such a lower price, especially when you have the mindset that, Bitcoin is going to go to 1 million, like Nick says. It's like a steal, so to speak. So there's different ways of looking at it.
There is, yeah. Pullback's potentially an opportunity, particularly if you've got that longer sort of time horizon. Okay, I think we'll move on to pushing for time here. It's flown by, which is always a good indication. We'll push on to challenge 3 then. Nick, if you can, a couple of minutes here once it flashes up. What are some of the underrated cryptos you think will do well in the next 5 days? That's quite a short-term time frame, I appreciate, but oh well, tough. You're on the spot.
Could I make an argument that Bitcoin is underrated?
Okay. What is it? You make whatever argument you want.
Okay, I'll make an argument that Bitcoin is underrated because it kind of is, really. I mean, if people understood the technology behind Bitcoin, I think it would be more than just a massive Ponzi and just hype driven. And I do even though I do sound pretty negative about crypto, it's just because I've had exposure to the people in crypto, and no one's really in it for the tech, in my opinion. There are some people, I guess, but most people aren't in it for the tech. They're just in it to get rich and buy a Lamborghini. So I am kind of, overall, I'm very bullish on crypto because I do think it will change the world. And I think there's a lot of the people in it right now are the wrong people who are just looking at it from a money perspective, but not from hey, this is world-changing technology perspective. So I do think Bitcoin's underrated in a lot of respects, because if people really understood what Bitcoin was and what it can do for the world and what it could do for our finances and the freedom it can bring, there'd be a lot more people in Bitcoin, and we'd already be at like 500,000 Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, in my opinion, is severely underrated. I do think we're probably going to see a bit of a rally in Bitcoin over the next few days. I do think it's going down, so I'm not countering what I said, but you have to understand like the time frames you're looking at. When I say it's going down, I think it's going down over the next few months. When I say it's going to 1 million, that's over the next few years, over the next decade probably. And when I say it's going up right now, I think we're going to get a relief rally right now before further downside movement. So over the next 5 days, that time frame, I am long on Bitcoin. I was already long on Bitcoin, so my entry was much lower. It was kind of down here, but it's a bit of a late entry. But I'm going to go in anyway.
Okay, so we've got another trade. Fantastic. Excellent. Okay, so next 5 days, Nick long on Bitcoin then. Lady of Crypto, keep it to a couple of minutes, we'll push for time. What are some of the underrated cryptos you think will do well in the next 5 days, even if it's just one?
I'm going to go with Zcash and be slightly less boring than Nick, going with Bitcoin and giving his rubbish argument. So I'm going to go with Zcash. It's not the most ideal trade, standard rule for me, going at support. It's the ideal entry point, but I need to take a trade, and yeah, this is what I'm going to go with. So there's been some news come out recently about Zcash. I'm not going to spoil it for everybody, but if you're not familiar with the news, then I'd definitely have a look at that. And I think that because of this, it's going to do well over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm just going to go with this. My target is 172, just below the resistance area here, and my stop is 135. I've put it below this trend line here as well, and it's also below the support area too. So there's a couple of barriers in there, so I don't get stopped out. But yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Fantastic, fantastic. So a couple more trades that we've got on there to see how they play out over the next 5 days. Hopefully raise some good money for charities, which is an appropriate transition. Nick, which charity are you trading for today, please?
I might have changed it, but if I haven't changed it, it's still Smile Train. No, it's MS Society. I changed it, and the reason I changed it is a bit funny because this is Lady of Crypto's charity, and she really wants to give to this charity, but she's lost trading battles because I'm a better trader, and she's never actually been able to give money to the charity. So I said to her, all right, in this one, just I'll give to your charity because we know what I'm going to win anyway. And yeah, I just thought I'd support her charity just as an act of kindness to someone who's not as good at trading as me.
It's interesting because I can relate to that because every time I've been a guest on a trading battle, I've also won. So, you know, you and I share that same problem, really.
Yeah.
I think the world will explode if we ever trade against each other. We'll have to avoid that one.
Yeah.
Lady of Crypto, please. It's the same charity, but please tell me about why you've chosen it briefly.
Yeah, so it's wow, I've never known anybody be so bad at being nice, Nick, but thank you. Yeah, so MS Society UK, my granddad unfortunately had MS. He had it for many years, and he was quite poorly with it. And MS Society UK, they are doing some fantastic research to help find treatment to basically help people manage symptoms and support people, because it's basically a condition that you have. For if you have it all the way through your life, kind of thing. So they do some fantastic work, and they also help the families that are supporting the people as well. So it's an amazing charity, and it's very kind of close to me personally. So yeah.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. Yeah, it's a great charity, a great cause, and hopefully one of you will be able to, certainly Nick thinks he's the person to do that, raise some fantastic money for them. Before we conclude then, Nick, 30 seconds. Give me one tip that you think people should adopt who are looking to get into crypto.
Oh, yeah, that's easy. Just don't buy the hype. You need to look at a crypto and its fundamentals. You need to understand what the crypto does and why it will succeed in future, instead of just buying into marketing hype that you see on Twitter. Because there's a lot of marketers on Twitter. They'll just get paid like $10K to make a few tweets about a crypto, and you pay enough influencers a bunch of money to talk about crypto, and that crypto is going to be hyped up and it's going to just shoot up, and then everyone's just going to sell it, dump on their followers, and everyone's going to lose money. I don't care what cryptos are being hyped. I actively avoid cryptos that are being hyped, and I invest based on the technology, because I do think long term the technology is going to win out. Even though I might not make as much money in the short term, in the long term, these cryptos I'm holding, I do believe will do well and will make money.
Same to you, Lady of Crypto. 30 seconds. One tip for people looking to get into crypto. Just
don't be a dumbass.
Nice and concise. And on that note, that's probably a good philosophy of life. Don't be a dumbass, and if you're going to be a dumbass, then subscribe to this channel. So if there are any questions or comments that I've missed, I do apologize. It's been a very great session. We'll see who is going to be on top in 5 days' time. Hopefully raise some good money for this charity. So thank you very much. Do subscribe to this channel for the next crypto battle. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your comments and engagement. And the three of us will see you next time. So trade safe and take care until then.
Thanks. See you guys later.
Bye.